They live in Mexico but go to school in the USA. Every morning, hundreds of children cross the border from the Mexican city of Ciudad Juarez to go to El Paso in America. They're allowed in thanks to study visas from the US government, but they have to return home to Mexico every night. In many ways, American El Paso and Mexican Juarez have the feel of a single community, just split by an international border. But while there's trade and people crossing between the two, increased security in recent years mean that's become much harder. Well, many do come across the border from Mexico every day to go to school, to work in businesses here. But even in this city alone, there are tens of thousands of others who are hidden away, undocumented, living in America illegally. Now, the White House is pushing through new rules to allow some of them at least to, as President Obama puts it, come out of the shadows. This is a charity that helps the so-called undocumented. There are thought to be around 11 million across the US. The president's offered those who've been here longer than 5 years an amnesty. But people are concerned about coming forward to register.
This
is a temporary action. What will happen when Obama finishes and another president comes in? They will know where I am, where my family are. What will happen? There's a chance we could all be deported, so we're really worried.
The problem is, because Congress couldn't agree a way forward on immigration, a highly politicized debate, the president took his executive action alone. That means it can, technically, be reversed.
Well, the only way this executive order works is if people do come forward and register and pay back taxes and become part of the system of being able to work, having permission to work, and doing so in broad daylight.
Many undocumented who've often fled violence in Mexico say although they're scared, they feel they have no choice but to come forward, given the stress they and their families live under. Because my son was so worried I'd get arrested, says Susana, he asked me to go to school with him or disguise myself. He suffered so much. And every day, more people cross illegally into the US. For this group of women and children who don't want to be identified, their fight to remain here is just beginning. But although the White House says it's doing its best, there are millions of other cases that remain unresolved. Aleem, Maqbool, BBC News in El Paso, Texas.